Hello, Yoga Club yogis and any other people joining us today. This practice is going to be a yin practice, and it is focusing on the areas in our body where we often hold a lot of anxiety or stress. So the shoulders, back of the neck, the chest, and around our heart space. Also be focusing a lot on our breath and trying to slow our breath down. So hopefully by the end of the practice you'll feel a little de-stressed. It'll also be good for anyone who's new to yin, as the holds are going to be shorter. So the holds will be about holding in the postures about 1 minute, the longest maybe 3 minutes. And some props: if you've got a bolster, grab a bolster. If you've got some blocks or a blanket, get those now. Or substitutes, pillows. Grab the pillows off the bed, grab the pillows off your couch, and let's get started. Come to find Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. If the knees are high up away from the mat, take a couple of blocks, or again maybe a couple of pillows from your couch or bed. Just rest them under the knees. 2 big pillows or a bolster behind you as you come to lie down onto your back. Allow your elbows to bend, so you're making a little cactus shape with your arms, and gently closing down the eyes. Taking a few breaths just to settle and arrive in this shape. Feeling hopefully a nice stretch across the front of the chest, maybe through the inseams of the legs. Just let your eyes close down. Let your body soften into this shape. We just allow ourselves a few moments to really become present. Feeling the parts of your body that are connected to the mat or to your bolster or pillows. Starting to breathe in and out through your nose. And allowing your body to soften with each exhale. Just settle in here. We're going to move into Samavriti or square breathing. So take a deep breath in to synchronize our breath together. Open the mouth wide, let a sigh out. Inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth wide, let a sigh out. One more like this, inhaling. Sighing it out. Closing the mouth, inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing, holding the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling out of the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing, holding the breath. 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, letting the breath go. 3, 2, 1. Pausing. 3, 2,
1. Deep breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, letting the breath go. 3, 2, 1. Pausing. 3, 2, 1. Continuing to move through this cycling of breath. Your inhale in equal length to the pause at the top of your inhale. Your exhale equal length to the pause at the bottom of your exhale. Really focusing your attention on your breath, bringing your mind home to your body, just continuing to watch the flow of breath, those moments of pause. Maybe allowing an intention to arise for your practice. Or letting your breath be your intention today to just keep coming back to following your breath. Bringing your mind home to your body. If the mind's quite active, maybe repeating a little mantra to yourself. I am calm. Taking 3 more breaths as you are. Gathering your intention for your practice. Whatever you need for the next hour. Phrasing it as if it already is, as if it already exists. I am calm. I am still. I am peaceful. And when you're ready, gently allowing the eyes to flutter back open. Bringing the soles of your feet to the mat or the knees back to touch. Just bringing the hands, palms facing down alongside the hips. Press yourself off your cushions. Allow them to roll over to one side. Lie down onto your back, and hug the right knee in towards your chest. Pavana Muktasana, or wind removing pose. Squeezing that right knee down towards your chest, keeping your left heel lengthening away from you. Really use the arms to draw that knee down towards you, or maybe even down towards your right armpit. Keep extending the left heel long, opening through the front of the left hip. this into a twist. So start to shift the right knee all the way over your body. You're rolling up onto the left hip, reaching your right arm back out towards the right side of the room, and maybe turning your gaze back towards your right hand. You can use the left hand just to rest onto the right thigh or the outside of the right knee. And just find that nice gentle squeeze through the middle of the torso. Breathing into the right side of your rib cage. Encouraging the right shoulder to keep dropping down towards the mat. And softly rolling back to center. Extend the right leg long, switching to Pavana Muktasana or a wind removing pose on the left. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Interlace your fingers just below the left knee, squeezing the left knee towards you. Lengthening your right leg away from you. Really drawing that left knee down towards the chest, or maybe even down to the outside of your left side of the body. Throughout the practice, if you can, breathing in and out through your nose. Long, slow, nourishing breaths. Moving into the twist now, letting that left leg shift across your body, rolling up onto the right hip, reaching the left fingertips back towards the left side of the room. Moving any props out of the way. Maybe gazing back to the left fingertips. Maybe using the right hand onto the outside of the left thigh or knee. Breath into the left side of your ribs. Twisting really good. Encouraging blood flow back towards the spine, towards the nervous system, runs up through the spinal cord. And gently rolling back onto your back. Taking a breath with both legs long, maybe a sigh out of the mouth. And then roll onto one side. Pressing all the way up to Sukhasana, easy cross-legged. Maybe if the hips are a little tight, bringing your blanket or a cushion underneath the buttocks. Coming into a few gentle neck stretches. Just allow the right ear to drop down towards the right shoulder. Take the right arm up, placing it onto your left ear, and just encouraging a gentle opening through that left side of your neck. Bringing the head back up to center, just switching to the other side, letting the left ear drop towards the left shoulder, sweeping the left arm up, letting the hand rest onto your right ear, gently dropping left ear towards the left shoulder, feeling a nice opening, creating a little bit of space through the right side of your neck. And Release your hand, let your head float back up to center. You're going to interlace the fingers, bringing the hands behind the base of the skull, and then just allowing your chin to drop down towards your chest, allowing your elbows to relax down. Just finding a gentle stretch, the back of the neck and down in between the shoulder blades. Starting class nice and gently. Slowing down. Best way to catch up with ourselves. And gently allow your head to float back up to center, releasing your hands, just taking a breath with the spine nice and tall. And release yourself from any pillows or blocks. And come to find tabletop. Going to move into our thread the needle twist, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. And then threading the back of the right hand all the way behind the left wrist, reaching it all the way across to the left side of the room, lower down onto the right shoulder. Maybe adjusting your left hand a little more out in front of you, or maybe reaching the left hand back towards the front of the mat. Slightly drag the right shoulder a little back towards the right till you find a nice stretch across the top of the right shoulder into our deltoid. And maybe you can find a little bit of twist here, turning your gaze towards the left side of the room. Once you've found the shape, dropping back into your breath. In practice, holding these shapes, finding stillness and holding these shapes for time, allowing the connective tissues to start to open, the fascia that wraps around our body, and allowing energy to be coaxed deeper into the body, deeper into the joints. Really restorative practice. Bring the left hand back alongside your face, uncurl your way out of here, reaching that right arm back up towards the sky, gaze up. Bring your right hand down to the mat, find tabletop, and we switch to the other side. Lift the left arm up, gaze up, opening the chest to the sky. And then threading the back of that left hand all the way through, lowering down onto the left shoulder, readjusting the right hand a little more to the right side of the mat, or maybe reaching the right arm forward, whatever feels good in your body. Maybe a slight dragging of that left shoulder back to the left till you find stretch across the top of the left shoulder. Again, dropping into your breath. watching where your mind wanders to, and practicing bringing it back to focusing on your breath, or on your intention or your mantra. I am calm, I am peaceful. Bring the right hand back in front of your face. Ground into the right palm. Sweep that left arm all the way up to the sky. And bring it back to center. Finding your tabletop, but stepping the knees back. So you've got a little bit more space out in front of you as we move into mounting heart. Sending your hands forward towards the front corners of the mat. Keeping your hips up above your knees. And allowing your chest to start to drop down towards the mat. Maybe your head rests onto the mat. Maybe you need a pillow or a block underneath your head. Or maybe the chin can start to slide along the floor. Just finding your first edge. So first little bit of sensation. Pausing where you find that sensation and coming back to your breath. Allowing your heart to soften down towards the mat with each exhale. Opening into our heart space. And opening into our heart meridian line. Runs down from the armpits down the arms. A little bit of pressure into the fingertips. Feeling the grounding of the earth. Remembering that we can invent, create and destroy things with thoughts alone. Just noticing what thoughts are passing through your mind and which ones you give your attention. Coming back to ones that are serving you. I am calm. I am peaceful. Taking one more big breath here. And bring some weight back into your hands. You're going to transition into child's pose, just walking your hands back towards you, sitting onto the heels, letting your forehead touch the mat, letting your arms reach back towards the heels, your shoulders round forward, palms face up. Taking a few breaths here, just letting the shoulders relax down over the knees. A block underneath your head if you need, or a block underneath your sitting bones if you need. And slowly starting to uncurl the spine one vertebra at a time. Coming upright, we're going to come all the way up to kneeling high on the knees, taking a Ustrasana or camel pose. Bring your hands behind the lower back, fingertips pointing down, and hug your elbows towards one another. Start to press your hips forward, taking your gaze up towards the sky, and this might be you just holding here today. Opening the chest, opening through the front of the hips and thighs, otherwise maybe reaching back to hold the heels, maybe taking your gaze all the way back to the wall behind you. If you've lowered all the way down, bring one hand at a time onto the lower back, drive the chest forward, bring the gaze forward. Everyone sitting back down onto the heels. Again, round forward. Find your child's pose, forehead to the mat. A moment to check back in, noticing the sensations changing in your body. Breathing in the benefits of each shape. From child's pose, shifting your way forward to come down onto your belly for Sphinx. Let your legs relax long behind you. Let the front of the pelvis be nice and heavy. Bring your elbows slightly forward of your shoulders. Feel your chest drawing forward. Feel your shoulders drawing back. And again, just allow your eyes to maybe close down as we soften into this shape. Lowering down to Advasana, bringing your left cheek onto the mat,
Reaching your arms back alongside your hips, allowing your palms to face up. Bringing your big toes towards one another, letting your heels relax wide. And taking a few deep breaths, filling up into the back side of your body. Feel the lower back filling up. And softening, surrendering the body down into the mat as you exhale. Maybe you can tune in to the beating of your heart. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up, just so that you can bring your left arm out alongside you and bring your left cheek onto the mat or maybe onto a pillow or a block. We move into broken wing twist, planting that right palm underneath your shoulder and starting to lift and roll onto your left hip, allowing your right knee to bend, placing the sole of your right foot onto the floor, or if this is too difficult, maybe just allowing both knees to bend, drawing the knees towards your chest. Wherever you are, looking to find a nice stretch and opening through the front of the left pec, the front of the left chest, or front of the left shoulder. Just again pausing, drop into your breath. Exhaling, letting go of what no longer serves you. Creating space for your next inhale. Exhaling, letting your breath go. Rolling yourself back onto your belly, and we switch over to the other side. Bring the left hand under the left shoulder, reach the right arm long, press into the left palm as you roll onto the right hip, letting the right ear rest on the mat, bending through your left knee, placing the sole of your left foot maybe onto the floor, or just bending both knees in towards your chest. See if you can just drop into this shape. Scanning the body for anywhere you can relax.
Gently rolling back onto your belly, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up to all fours. We switch ourselves into sleeping swan. Right knee behind the right wrist, lengthening the left leg long. If this hip is high away from the mat, place a pillow or a block or bolster underneath. And then start to walk your hands forward, bringing your forehead to rest again. Maybe it's down onto the mat. Maybe you just stack your hands or your fists to rest your head. Maybe a pillow underneath your head. Try and find some stillness here. So we turn our attention inward, coming back to your own intention or focus for the class, whatever that was. Maybe my little mantra, I am calm, I am peaceful. Our mind always collecting messages from our sensory organs. And then the mind has a choice how to respond, how to react, what story to put to those sensations. Noticing what your mind is choosing to focus on, whether it's serving you or not. Practicing, perhaps changing your focus or attention to be more in line with your heartfelt desires or that intention you set for your class. And we walk our hands back up towards us. We're going to slide onto our bellies and take a moment in Advasana. So take some weight into your hands. Let that right leg lengthen long. Bring the left ear onto the mat. Reach your hands back alongside your hips. Bring your big toes to touch. Let your heels relax wide. And drop again into filling up your body with breath. Fill the lower back of the ribs, and between the shoulders. And exhale, allowing your body to melt, relax down into your mat. Filling the back side of the body with breath. Exhaling to soften. Bring your hands under your shoulders, press up to hands and knees. And we switch to our sleeping swan on the left, bringing the left knee forward. Shuffling the foot a little over to the right. Using props as you need, maybe a few cushions if your left sitting bone is high away from the mat. Back leg long, starting to walk your way down, and maybe you're just on the fingertips today. Listening into your own body, finding a place to rest your head. And as your head touches down onto your hands or onto the mat, let your mind rest. Let your body be breathed very often a result of our mind being ahead of us in the future or dwelling on things in the past we can't actually change. There is no point being here, only point of action being in the present moment. So practicing coming back to the present moment. Our breath is always in the present moment. This is why we follow our breath. And again, we'll move to Advasana. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Let that front leg lengthen back. Lying down onto your belly, this time right cheek onto the mat. Let the arms be long. Let the heels relax wide. Filling up some breath into the back side of your body. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up to hands and knees. You're going to move into caterpillar now, so bringing your legs around in front of you. If you know that your hips are tight, maybe taking a blanket or a pillow underneath your buttocks. If you know your hamstrings are tight, maybe bringing the soles of your feet onto the mat. Inhaling, reach the arms up, find a slight forward tilt through your pelvis, and then start to hinge forward, reaching towards your feet. Wherever you land, just let your head relax, let the spine round, let this caterpillar shape be really passive. So you could be relaxing head down towards the shins, or it could be more of a relaxed shape with the head dropping in between the knees, with the knees bent. Listen to your body. Finding a shape you can hold. Slowly start to uncurl your spine, bringing yourself upright. You're going to transition into a moment's rebound in Shavasana. So bring the hips slightly forward so you can lie down onto your back. Take the palms to face up. Roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Allow your eyes to close down. Dropping into this rebound. Moment to reconnect with all of the sensations moving and changing through your body. Gently bringing the soles of your feet onto the mat. Moving into a reclined twist. Cross the right knee over your left. Shift your hips slightly to your right and allow both knees to drop down to the left side of the mat. Reach back through the right fingertips, maybe gazing to the right hand if it feels okay in the neck. Otherwise, just letting your gaze be to the sky. Bring your left hand and let it rest on top of the left knee, the right knee, sorry. And we shift the breath to the right side of the body. Slowly bringing your knees back to center, releasing the cross of your legs. And we switch to the other side, crossing the left knee over the right, ground into the right foot. Lift your hips up slightly to the left. Allow both of your knees to drop to your right. Gazing back towards your left fingertips if it feels okay in the neck. Otherwise, taking the gaze straight up to the sky. Your right hand can rest onto the outside of the left knee. And we breathe this time into the left side of the ribs. Slowly starting to draw your knees back to center. Release the cross of your legs. Hugging both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze and hug. Making yourself a little ball. Head drawing up towards your knees. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then we stretch the body long to come all the way down to find your final Shavasana. So starfish the body, take up some space. Roll shoulder blades underneath you. Let the legs go wide. Find a nice bit of length through the back of your neck, dropping your chin slightly to your chest. We take a final scan of our bodies, allowing everything to soften and relax. So silently repeating to yourself, my feet, my toes, my ankles, soften and relax. My shins, my calves, my knees, soften and relax. My thighs, my hamstrings, my buttocks, soften and relax. My hips, my pelvis, soften and relax. My torso, my spine, soft and relaxed. My shoulders, my chest, soft and relaxed. My arms, my hands, my fingers, soft and relaxed. My mouth, my tongue, my jaw, soft and relaxed. My face, my cheeks, my eyes, soft and relaxed. My forehead, my brow, crown of my head, soft and relaxed. Nothing left to do, letting your whole body soften and surrender down into the mat. This pose of Shavasana, wonderful practice of letting go of all of the ways we physically and mentally fight with life. Instead, encouraging us to surrender to what is. Let go of what was and have faith in what will be. I'm going to leave you today in your Shavasana. Please stay here for as long as you can, letting the benefits of the practice integrate into your body. Thank you so much for joining me. Until we meet again, namaste.